Hey guys, and welcome back to SAAB Cars and a new episode of Tech2 for Dummies. It's been a while, but now we're back. So today we're going to talk about security access, and basically what that means is that when you have a new generation 9.3 and you want to do certain things in the car, you need security access. And there are different ways of getting that. So for the model year 2003 to 2008, you have something that's called TIS 2000. And in TIS 2000, you get to choose security access. What you basically do is that you start up the procedure within the car. You select in the Tech2 what you want to do, and then the Tech2 will ask you for security access. And then you need to go back to the computer and connect the instrument to the computer with a cable, some power, and then request for security access in TIS 2000. And then if you have the 09 to officially 12, you need to use GlobalTIS, which is something that is in a browser. It's an interface a bit more modern, and you'll see when we dive into the software what it looks like. So for the 09 to 12 GlobalTIS and for 11 to 12, you need some kind of subscription as well, because it won't allow you to get security access if you ask, and if you're not on a subscription. So if you have any experience of the subscription part on this, please leave a comment in the comment section, because I haven't had the time to try on model year 11 and 12. So please share that with me. And without further ado, let's dive into the software and see what it looks like. So here is my virtual machine with Windows XP, where I keep all the different SAAB softwares: the TIS 2000, the EPC, the WIS, the GlobalTIS. We're going to look at the TIS 2000 now, and I'll just show you a short glimpse of the GlobalTIS. So let's start up the software, and you get these icons here, and we're going to focus on the security access down here. It's in Swedish, but I think you will manage. We're going to power up the instrument. We just insert the DC plug, and then we insert the RJ connector here on the side. So once the instrument is up and running, I'm going to connect the USB cable to the computer. And before we do anything, let's go into the configuration menu and look for the I/O. And we want to check that we have a port for the Tech2. So let's go into the settings, and here you can see I have port number 4, and it's baud rate 115,200. Just keep it like that and close the window. If you have a different port, because you have a different USB to RS-232 converter, or you have a different configuration on the machine, you need to pick the right port. And then we go into security access, and here we choose the Tech2, and then we click on next. And now it starts to communicate with the tool, looking for the request that we made for security access. And when it was in the car, it got the VIN number for the car, and we're going to see that VIN number here as well in just a few seconds. And then we double check that it's the same number here as in the car, so we get the security access for the correct car that we are looking at. And here you have the VIN number, so just double check it with the car, then click next. And now it will enable security access for this particular VIN. So in just a few seconds it will be confirmed that we have security access. Yes. Then we just close the window and remove the power plug. You could power the instrument down before removing or whatever. And then remove the RJ connector here on the side. Take the instrument back to the car, connect the OBD and do the operation that you wanted to do. So that basically was the procedure for the TIS 2000 and security access. Let's have a quick look at GlobalTIS. It's almost the same, but it's inside a browser window. Almost the same icons, and here you have the security access. And this is for model years 2009 to 2012. So that was GlobalTIS interface, almost the same. Same procedure when you go into this. So now you know how to connect the Tech2 to the PC to get security access. And security access for model year 2003 to 2008 is TIS 2000 and 2009 to 12 is GlobalTIS. And the model year 11 and 12, I haven't been able to try that. I haven't had nor the time or the opportunity. So maybe you could share that experience with me in the comment section, because the 11 and 12, it requires subscription. So what was your experience regarding that? Please share that with me. You also need to make sure you have a stable RS-232 to USB converter, because there are converters that are not that stable. And the last thing you want is the connection going up and down when you're doing something critical, like downloading software or something else. So I will put a link to the Tech2 Wiki that has a list of the stable converters. It also has a list of the ones you should avoid. And of course, I hope you got the cable with the Tech2 that connects it between the Tech2 and the converter. If you didn't, you need to go online and find that one. It's a kind of RJ connector at both ends with a RS-232 D-sub connector. So have a look and see if you got that with the instrument. If you didn't, you need to get that. And the power source, of course, it's a 12 volt, 2 amps and ordinary DC plug that plugs in the end here. If you didn't get that with the instrument, I think you can get that online. So 12 volts, 2 amps, and by looking at the connector in the instrument, I think you can either measure or see what type of DC plug you need. So it goes in there, because you don't have power when you're at the desk, because in the car you get power from the OBD connector. So that was today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and now you can connect the Tech2 to your PC and get security access and do whatever you want with your NG9-3. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care and drive safe.